wellness journey with New Health. Their dedicated staff is here to listen to your concerns and collaborate with you to create a personalized healthcare plan that integrates and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Put that cookie down now!
No, I'm going to eat it.
Time for the show. Stop eating.
I love a good cookie. This one's a little dry, though.
We are the Wild and Critter Guys!
Yeah. Good morning. It's your KCHW Morning Show. It is Thursday, June 27th. Do you believe it's June already, Scott?
It's almost the end of June, Chuck.
no.
So,
what?
Yes, I believe it.
That is crazy.
You and your fake news.
That is wild. This whole year, man, we're over halfway through the year. I can't believe it already.
You know, it's just because you're getting older, Chuck, because I remember when I was a kid, Dad always saying, man, time's going so fast, time's going so fast. And after just having my 58th birthday, I feel it ticking down rather quickly.
Yeah. Man, the other day I wrote a check. I wrote 2022 on the check.
Wow, you're a little behind.
I'm a little behind and then some.
Wow, that's like the worst fake news ever.
I know, right?
Wow.
And now here it is, almost June, and here we have almost spring-like temperatures today.
I know. Weather is crazy today. I'll go ahead and do that since you brought it up. 66. 66. Yeah. Wow. Thunderstorms are likely. Then you're going to need to go stand next to that tower, Chuck. Make sure it's okay.
Yeah, I'll stand there with my hand on it to make sure it holds still.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Some clouds, stray shower, thunderstorm possible, 46 tonight. A little better tomorrow, 73 and 52. No rain, but partly cloudy. Mostly cloudy for Saturday, 78 and 56. At least your temperatures are getting back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday right now, scattered thunderstorms, 75 and 50. Monday, 75 and 49, partly cloudy. Might not be the weather you want, but I call it comfortable.
Yeah. I like that. The mid 70s, cloudy, a few clouds in the sky. That's a nice day to me.
I thought it was getting hot in the studio, but it turns out I was just having a hot flash this morning.
Oh, go to menopause?
I guess it's menopause, Chuck.
Menopause, okay.
Stop it with the fake news. Come on.
Menopause.
Fake news. I got women
making me laugh
at the radio. Okay. There's some weather. All right. Well, should we take a look at events, Chuck?
I have some KCHW headlines first, if we want to go through those. Some news headlines.
Oh, you do have headlines? All right.
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chuck Ritchie with KCHW News Headlines.
That's right. We've been getting these early now, so we're starting to do these instead of planning before the show.
Okay,
that's
excellent,
wonderful.
excellent. I wish I would have had a sounder ready for you.
I know that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
So power shutoffs could be coming to eastern Washington this summer. Avista has officially shifted into fire safety mode. Since last fall, circuits were engineered to try to reconnect multiple times if the connection's interrupted. Under fire safety mode, the number of attempts to reconnect the power is reduced, but customers are not likely to see any changes in service. Under the next phase, the circuits could stop trying to reconnect the power. For the most extreme situations, certain parts of the grid could be shut down. That's always scary. In the middle of a fire, power goes out, not going to come back on. And the Supreme Court accidentally posted a draft decision on Wednesday on an Idaho abortion case. It indicates the court will send the case regarding emergency abortion care back to an appeals court rather than make a decision.
Huh.
And the Oregon beavers are no longer considered predators. I didn't know they were. That means they'll get new protections from the state starting Monday. The new rules reclassify and protect beavers from being killed at will by private landowners who can no longer kill a beaver for being a nuisance. But they can still be hunted for fur during the fall hunting season. And in our last...
They could do like Idaho in the 50s.
Yeah, what they do.
So they were having a beaver problem. We covered this once years ago on the show. I think you can even watch it back on YouTube. And it made it into Odd News. And what they did is they put beavers in boxes and parachuted them into, I can't remember the name, it's a large forest preserve, very, very remote. And they actually dropped them in boxes via parachute in the 50s into the woods.
And just
Go Idaho.
And just let them claw their way out of the boxes.
Maybe they broke when they hit the ground, because imagine it was pretty tough.
Wow. The poor beavers that got hung up in a tree.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine? I don't think that was well thought out, but okay. It
Wow.
was the 50s.
That seems like an SNL skit, not something the Fish and Game would actually do.
I've wanted to recreate it and do a video. Maybe we should. Talk to Kat.
There are a million jokes in there, Scott, and half of them are not radio friendly.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
All right.
So in our last story here, Amazon has hit a $2 trillion market value for the first time ever. Artificial intelligence frenzy fueled the rally.
Wow.
Amazon is worth $2 trillion.
Wow. And they still have the cheapest prices on the planet, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And recently there's been a big Amazon hack. It's affected, especially hit local banks here, especially hard, STCU in particular. There have been many, many business accounts. Ours got hit. My personal business account got hit. Someone was hacking into Amazon accounts and getting payment information from people's Amazon accounts.
Ooh, that's where it came from?
That's
wow. You would think $2 trillion, you could have some security.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're out there listening, make sure, I know it's convenient to have those payment methods stored in your Amazon account, but it looks like you might have to start thinking about either contacting your bank or getting some more security on there, or using a third-party payment system, or not saving that payment information in your Amazon account for a while.
Wow. I wonder why it tended to be a bunch of people around the Chihuahua area, because this hasn't hit national news.
Yeah, well, it's STCU, which is a regional bank. It's been, for some reason, and that's what. And when I talked to them, they weren't exactly sure. They think that's what's happening, but it's all Amazon purchases. But they don't know if it's. They don't 100% know. I shouldn't have said that earlier. They don't 100% know if it's coming from Amazon. But what's happening is it's hitting Amazon payments, and then people are whoever's doing this is ordering from someone else's Amazon account and sending to another address.
Wow.
So yeah, it's someone getting payment information from account A and then using that information from another person's account to order the stuff and then sending it to a different address. One person said they actually, on the East Coast, they had purchases on their Amazon account that weren't theirs through the payment methods that weren't theirs. They got shipped to friends of theirs from their shipping addresses saved in their Amazon account.
So the person who was doing the illegal transactions doesn't even ship themselves the stuff. They're just shipping it to random people.
Yeah, they're shipping it
So
to random.
it's a nuisance hack.
Yeah, either that or they're porch pirating the packages once they show up.
Oh,
But that seems like a lot of effort, a lot of sophistication to go through to then steal packages off people's porches.
The problem with this is it has to be such a large amount of money that they uncover to that the FBI would actually get involved in this, because on a local level, and I know this from experience, it's really hard to get the police to do anything about it because it crosses boundaries, things that are out of their jurisdiction, maybe even another state. I did the and I've talked about this on the radio before. I did the thrift store loop. I went into Spokane, and went in, I think, on Maple and came back down on Nevada and hit all the thrift stores. It was just kind of a fun day for me and the wife at the time. And we got back home. Somebody had tried to use my PayPal debit card because that's what we used for fun spending.
Yeah.
And I was able to, so everybody generates a receipt when they sell something. So I went back to the place where the product was purchased illegally. And I asked them for a copy of the receipt that their system generates. And they sent me the receipt they sent to the customer. And I went back to them and I said, no, I know on my shopping cart, when the system generates a receipt, there's always an IP address with it. Can I have that IP? I want that, so I have the IP address. And they sent me their internal receipt. So I had the person who had used my stolen credit card, I had their IP address, but I couldn't get police to do anything about it, because it was only $10. Luckily, we had spent all the money in the PayPal account, so they did the $10 one. I caught it and stopped it, and they had immediately tried to do, once the $10 one went through, a $200 purchase, but it didn't work because the account was empty.
Yeah,
I was never able to get anything done about it, and I talked to a couple different police outfits, and it was because of the $10 in the town where I could tell where they lived. I couldn't tell their address, but I knew their internet service provider and stuff. And that takes a police department, getting a subpoena from the internet provider so that they can have the person's IP address. A lot of footsteps that aren't worth a $10 theft. My issue with it was, though, that I kept saying to the office in Montana is, $10 for me. How many people did they hit that day, though?
Right. Yeah, that's a sign of a bigger problem than just the one $10 thing, because they're doing it to a lot of people.
And then if you have, say something like that happens to you here, and you go to the local police and something like that in Montana, well, now Montana wants a request from the local police department to go investigate that, and all the way around, it was never worth $10. So this person just got to keep doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
So somebody at a thrift store in Spokane, when I handed them my card, I didn't watch. They might have put it under the counter for a second, cloned it, handed it back to me.
Yeah.
And they just get to keep doing it. And that's the tough part about cybercrime. Most people can't trace it themselves, don't know to go through the steps, and then trying to get to coordinate a police effort on it, near impossible because of the way our system works. So,
well, the system and local police forces are not trained to handle that kind of stuff,
Well, and once it crosses out of your city, maybe if it was somebody in town stole your card, used it, they could do something about it. But when somebody in Spokane steals your card and somebody in Montana is using it, what's the local police department supposed to do about it? Nothing.
Right. What can they do?
Nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
I just gonna laugh at you. So.
I always joke about identity thefts. If you want to steal my identity, joke's on you, buddy.
Hey, look, your credit score just dropped 50 points.
Good luck with that.
All right. How about events now? Should we roll out that the food bank's open today, 10 to 2?
It is.
Let's see. Tomorrow morning, Chamber of Commerce meeting. Don't forget about that. Charity golf tournament coming up on Friday as well. And I'm going to go ahead and open that up. But we have our Chihuahua Farmers Market on Friday from 11 to 3:30. You had a good time last week, didn't you, Chuck?
We did. We did the cherry splat, and it was a lot of fun. I got covered in cherry juice. I was there with Kat Brooks from the Independent, taking pictures, and it was a really good time. We had different age categories. We got interviews with the winners, except the middle age category. He was shy, didn't want to be on the radio, so I didn't push it.
All right.
So
All right, so on Friday, 8 to 6, the New R is presenting the 16th annual charity golf tournament. I believe that's a real estate organization.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the Chewilla Golf and Country Club on Sand Canyon, and let's see, check-in time is 8, tee time is 9 a.m. $450 includes 4 golfers, 2 carts, and dinner. $75 a whole sponsor, and $35 for the dinner only. If you want more information on this charity tournament, it's 509-684-3534. 509-684-3534. There you go.
There you go.
Like all right. Let's see. On Saturday, what do we got for Saturday, Chuck?
We have the Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary Vaccination Clinic. This is always a big one. I heard a lot of people have been going to these, and it's you might want to get there a little bit early because there's usually a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long line. 9:30 to 1. So they've actually, usually it's over at noon. They've extended it an hour. So 9:30 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
It is their drive-through vaccination clinic. Some great prices. Rabies, $20 for both dogs and cats. They've got all the typical vaccinations for diseases and parvo, and I'm not going to get into the numbers and stuff, but all very reasonable,
Very
affordable
reasonable
prices to keep your animals safe. And that's at 501 Old Arden Highway in Colville, 9:30 to 1. Thing I find surprising is there's so many people afraid of vaccines, but we'll give the dog and cat one right now.
And then later that evening, from 6 to 8, their Fool's Paradise Band is going to be playing at the Rusty Putter, which would be fun. What's that?
Busy place.
Yeah. And then also Saturday night, just because they're one of our sponsors, and it is local music, the Accidentals are playing at the Yale Press. That is from, that is at 7 p.m. as part of their Coffee House concert series.
A lot of music has come back to Chewilla. Noticing it on the calendar.
It is, and that band is made up of Leslie Waters, Stasia Richmond, I believe that's our local voice coach, and Thomas Hart. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, there was a time before COVID. Chewilla got hit kind of hard, and I think I talked to you about this. They call them headhunters, and they work for the record companies. And places that play live music are supposed to, unless you're playing. And here's the trick: if you want to have live music at your establishment, get artists that do originals, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yep.
But if they're doing covers, the record companies like to be paid. And several businesses years ago in Chewilla got tagged because there is a headhunter in Spokane that serves media and newspaper ads, that kind of stuff, looking for these types of events. And then COVID hit, which killed all live music, as the musicians know. So it's really cool to see it coming back.
It is.
Makes for a fun.
And I did forget, speaking of, it's not really live music, but it's dancing. I forgot the line dancing at the Senior Center today. I believe at 2 to 4. It's not on the calendar here, but it's always after the food bank closes.
Right. And make sure if you're going, take 2 left shoes.
That's right. I've got 2 left feet.
It's the only way to line dance. 2 left shoes.
You know, I love line dancing. I don't know why. It's silly and goofy, but I just love it.
All right.
It's a lot of
Oh,
fun. I'm no good at it.
Speaking of music, Deer Park Summer Concert Series.
Yes.
Sending out to the KCHW through the KCHW website, and 8 concert series throughout the summer. A couple of the dates have passed by, but June 29th is on the list, July 6th, July 13th, August 10th, August 17th, August 31st. All right, so it say.
I've been meaning to reach out to them for a time and location.
Yeah, that might be helpful. I bet it's in their big park, though. More information here if you want to go, though. You can call 509. I'm going to do the easiest phone number, 999. 999.
Yeah.
All right. 4691. So 509-999-4691.
That just sounds like fun to say, right?
999. Which is the same way a German says no.
Wasn't there? Maybe it was a local thing. I remember, wasn't there in the 80s or 90s there was a 9 line, and I don't know. It might have been like some emergency helpline or something, but there was a number that was just 9s, and they called it the 9 line.
Really?
It may have
sure
been.
it wasn't 900 numbers?
No. Well, it may have been some crisis response or something like that.
My favorite 900 number, you might have been too young, was Miss Cleo, you could call her and she
Miss
would
Cleo.
read your fortune and that kind of stuff, tell you your future. Miss Cleo.
Wasn't that with Diane Warwick? Wasn't she a part of that? Part of the advertising for that?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dionne Warwick. Yeah. Yeah, it came with a free bar of Lucky soap.
Okay, maybe I'm showing my gullibility here, but did it really? No, it didn't.
It didn't.
No, it didn't.
All right. Can I do some news headlines?
Yeah, do some news headlines.
All right. I'll do a couple here. This is from the Yahoo Yodel. Supreme Court accidentally posted a draft opinion, as Chuck said. Unsigned opinion seems to indicate Supreme Court would reinstate a pause on Idaho's near total abortion ban and allow the procedure when the mother's health is at risk. Social media case. Justices ruled it wasn't a First Amendment violation when the federal government policed misinformation about the 2020 election results and COVID vaccines on social media. They say the government didn't break the law.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. Soccer released the roster of the Olympic women's national team, which omitted striker Alex Morgan. Head coach Emma Hayes said it was a tough decision leaving her out.
Oh.
Homeland Security Secretary denied reporting that the agency had identified 400 people with ISIS-affiliated links who had crossed into the U.S., says it's fake news. And here's a sad one. New research suggests a daily multivitamin will have no impact on a person's lifespan. However, the author said they can still help offset deficiencies and provide nutrients. Wow. I was like relying on that for my old age.
Your daily multivitamin?
Yeah.
That's not a retirement plan, Scott.
Oh, sorry. Giant pandas Yun Chuan and Zai Bo left their home in China and now headed to the San Diego Zoo, marking the first time in 2 decades that Beijing has loaned us some pandas. Woohoo, we're getting along with China. We're sharing bears. I hope they check them out, though, because those bears might have some tracking devices installed.
Right? Like the balloons.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you'll look up and you'll see them just flying slowly overhead with
You
cameras.
lift up the fur on the belly. There's a TikTok video.
With frickin' laser beams.
With laser beams attached to their heads. Right. First episodes of that 90s show, season 2, dropped overnight on Netflix. You know, 70s show was good enough. 90s show, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Have you watched it? I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. It feels like I'm watching Full House.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Right.
That's awful.
Yeah. In baseball, Twins face the Diamondbacks at 3:40 p.m. Eastern Time on Bally Sports. Women's basketball, Las Vegas Aces take on Chicago Sky at 7 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. And then, of course, President Biden and Donald Trump's first presidential debate of the 2024 election season takes place at 9 p.m. Eastern on CNN. I tried to do that as an old lady because they're both so darn old.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're really upset, both Biden and Trump, because of the presidential debate interfering with nap time. Because you know how Grandpa is. You eat dinner, you go to the lazy boy, you get in the lazy boy, and you turn on the news, and then you snooze.
You know, as you say that, I changed screens on my computer, and it says the first presidential debate of 2024 could change everything.
Yes.
What is it? What is it gonna change?
Odds are one of them will take a dirt nap before it happens.
Are people really watching these debates between Trump and Biden, thinking, which one am I gonna vote for?
We don't want either.
Yeah.
I don't even get it how this is a thing. It's like I woke up after COVID and I stayed permanently in the Twilight Zone.
You know, I was watching a thing, and it had I had a bunch of past presidents, a montage of past presidents, Bill Clinton, even George W. And looking at those, man, I wish when we had presidents and not whatever the heck has been happening since 2016.
I used to complain about George Jr. I'd be happy to have him back.
Oh yeah, what a refreshing change of pace it would be to have an adult in the. Well, I guess age-wise, we have plenty of those to go around.
He'd be in the age wise, he's about running with them. But I don't get how one of our candidates defrauded the American people with election lies,
Yeah.
defrauded the state of New York for nearly $500 million, and is still defrauding the American people with fake election lies. Even Newsmax last night put up a thing while they were interviewing Trump that said Newsmax supports that the 2020 election was legal and just, and that blew me away.
Wow.
I think they're trying to keep from getting sued, but while Trump was talking, they were running that underneath him saying, no, the 2020 election was not fake or stolen. Or, yeah, that's pretty cool that they did that. I got to give him a hats off for that. And I feel like he's trying to defraud us again.
Well, who's not voting for Trump?
Who?
Trump.
Oh, he isn't.
He can't vote.
He can't vote. He's a felon.
He can't vote.
Oh, that's priceless. He can't vote because he's a felon.
Yeah, he's on the election.
Are you really going to check that box off on a voting tab? Can you really do that and look at yourself in the mirror? That's my question. And by no means do I want to see Biden go another term.
No.
I'm still waiting for Dwayne Johnson to say, hey, I'll do it. Just write me in, because we all will.
Well, who we need is Hector Elizondo Macho Camacho Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Whoever.
Anyone. Isn't there anyone? I would do it, but people hate me.
That's not true. I don't know if people would vote for you, but I don't think they hate you, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be anybody. Somebody just step up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you? And that's how bad this job is. Nobody will step up for it, but these two,
Oh,
who should be enjoying their nap times.
They really should. And that's the thing. That age, you should be at home with your families enjoying your retirement. You shouldn't. I mean, I don't even think physically human beings are capable of that kind of stress at that age. I mean,
at 58, I enjoy the news.
Mm-hmm.
I eat my dinner. I enjoy my news. I get in my chair and I take a nappy. That's at 58. What are these guys doing?
I can't even imagine. And then, there's the fact that we have people who are making decisions for our country that will never affect them.
Yeah.
That's the thing that really gets me.
I'm really afraid to watch tonight. I am so afraid that Biden will do one of his little shuffle things up to the stage and look lost, and it'll be over for him. Mm-hmm. That's my fear. And then we end up with the felon as president. And how embarrassing is that?
Right.
So that's my fear. I'm going to watch tonight, but I am so scared for Biden. Oh, best thing about tonight. Mic mutes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk too long, they can mute you. We won't have to put up with this with Trump lying over the top of people.
I thought you were talking.
Say his piece, and then they got to mute the mics so the next person can talk. So no interruptions. That will be nice.
I thought you were starting to tell us a story about Michael Mutes.
No.
I was like, who's that?
I don't know. All right, a couple more headlines. I'll just do the headlines quick. Morgan Wallen in concert during the middle of the show. A woman threw her thong at him, and it got hung up over his face while he was playing on his hat. That's kind of cute. You can watch the video online. All right, stop giving Elon Musk money. NASA going to pay Elon Musk $1 billion to develop a vehicle capable of towing the International Space Station to its death.
Wow.
So it doesn't fall and crush people on the ground.
Yeah, I was just reading a story. There's the spacesuits to add to that. They're having issues with the they've called off all spacewalks because they're having issues with the suits now. And
really?
And
did he make them?
What's that?
Did he make them?
No, I don't think so. But there's a malfunctioning spacesuit, and let's see. Oh, there's water everywhere inside the suits as they're running. Yeah, and that's during a water leak in the surface and cooling umbilical unit. It was on Tracy Dyson's spacesuit, but they've called off all future spacewalks until they get that problem figured out.
Well, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, man.
Excuse me, NASA, could I get off this thing now?
Yeah. Wow. Abandoned ship.
All right, this one's important. Concerning development for coffee enthusiasts, U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced a nationwide recall 300 types of canned coffee products. Affects a wide range of brands and coffee roasters. And this is initiated by a company called Snapchill, LLC. Snapchill. You have to look for this on the labels. They're from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coffee company's voluntary recall comes after it discovered that their manufacturing process could potentially lead to a dangerous and potentially fatal type of food poisoning.
Wow.
Yay.
Well,
Yeah,
just boil your water a little more. It'll be fine.
Recalled
don't.
canned coffee products were distributed across the U.S. through various coffee roasters, retail locations, and direct online sales from Snapchill. Issue was brought to light when the FDA notified Snapchill that their low-acid canned food manufacturing process was not filed with the FDA as mandated by regulations. A lot of companies use Snapchill's coffee in their drinks. So at least till they get these off the shelves for the next couple weeks, be looking for that, because it'll be on the back and the label down on the bottom somewhere. It'll say Snapchill LLC provided, whatever for this coffee. It says check your canned coffee products for specific identifiers. The recall products have various roasters and brand names with can sizes from 7 to 12 ounces. Look for language like produced and distributed by Snapchill LLC beneath the nutrition facts panel. In some cases, the text Snapchill coffee comes on the label. You can find the full list of products online as well.
So are these are pre-prepared drinks, not like cans of coffee beans?
I'm gonna guess so because it says 7 to 12 ounce cans. Let's see here. 41 and change cold coffee, Alchemy Roasting, Baba Java coffee, Big Iron, Big Mouth coffee. I'm not gonna do them all. Brandywine. Boy, there's a Cape Cod. Yeah, it sounds like it's all Coffee Hound. It sounds like it's all maybe canned products, but kind of hard to tell by the names. I like this coffee from Cannibal Corpse. Crankshaft coffee.
Wow, is that from the band? Does the band have the Cannibal Corpse band? Do they have their own brand of coffee now?
No, that was well, it could be. I can't say no to that. That's who made that particular coffee. I'm not seeing any like typical brands like Nescafe or something like that. Which is an instant coffee. So kind of hard to tell. It's some kind of cold roasting process that's gotten very popular. So people buying the coffee, adding it to their own drinks and stuff. It looks like. So
oh wow!
Just be careful.
I'm still stuck on Cannibal Corpse having a line of coffee beverages. That's like Maynard, the lead singer from Tool. He started a winery, and now there's Tool wine.
All right. Let's see what else I had here. We already covered the debate. Through a couple things. Global Livability Index. Top 10 places to live on the planet. Vienna, Copenhagen, Zurich, Melbourne, Calgary, Geneva, Sydney, Vancouver, Osaka, Auckland. What's missing from the list?
There's something that sounds very familiar. United States.
Yeah, not a single city in America. We didn't even make the list. Yep, we're number one.
They just don't know about Chihuahua is all.
That's right. If they knew about Chihuahua, we'd be on the list for sure.
That's right. All
right. Big crew went up Mount Everest. 30 people, military and civilians, recovering bodies because of global warming. Everest has really been melting, and you can see people everywhere. So it's really creepy when people go to climb Mount Everest, and a couple surrounding mountains too. They're trying to, now that the permafrost is receding, they're trying to recover the bodies. One story, I won't get into the whole thing, but one story was them chiseling a guy that was in ice up to his waist.
Mm-hmm.
That's just creepy.
I know that's a big thing for photographers and even people that go up the mountain. A lot of those people that have been there for decades. They're landmarks. You know, they're
That's what they said in the story.
They are.
Some of the brightly colored ones are landmarks, and they had different names for them, which I'll leave out, except for Mr. Shoes. That was kind of cute. But,
Mr. Shoes.
Yeah, I don't know why they called him Mr. Shoes.
Wow.
All right, that's enough. Moving on to bits and breaks this morning. Chuck, looks like
Yes, sir.
you've got this morning's tip. All right.
All right. You know what? I don't have it ready, Scott. Okay. Morning tip. Here's today's barbecue tip. I did have it ready. I shouldn't have said anything. Always stand far away from the grill of a cook whose apron says, "Support your local fire department."
I wish we would have had that when Dave and Ray were on.
Back
Last
away,
Friday.
folks. There's nothing to see here.
Well. All right, I get this morning's quick jokes where two elderly ladies were met at a laundromat after not seeing each other for a long time. After inquiring about each other's health, that's what old ladies do.
They do.
One asked the other how her husband was doing. "Oh," the old woman answered, "Ted died last week. He went out to the garden to dig up cabbage for dinner, had a heart attack, and dropped dead right there in the middle of the vegetable patch." "Oh, dear, I'm sorry," replied her friend. "What did you do?" The woman answered, "I opened a can of peas instead."
It was his time. It was his time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, question for you, Chuck.
Okay.
What? And this could go for Facebook too. If you want to play along and tell us what you Googled on Facebook, we'll share it with everyone. Everyone. All right.
Ooh.
So the question: the last thing you Googled is what kills you. How did you die, Chuck Ritchie? What's the last thing you Googled?
You know, the last thing I Googled was checking a shipping notification from the U.S. Postal Service.
So
So that would be
internet's gonna kill you, or someone from the post office, or you're gonna get sliced open by a letter.
or my ink.
Your ink could kill you.
Yeah. No, and
Mine
then
was. Go ahead.
you know, and then there was a few other things, but it seems like last night I was incredibly interested in this shipment of ink because I have about 20 in a row of different things. Other than that, I Googled the last thing before then was how to paint a faux wood concrete floor.
That seems more dangerous than getting mail.
Yeah, probably. Still not so much so though.
Mine was way too easy. Last thing I Googled was the weather. So, and we're having a big storm today. So I think a tree might fall on me.
Stay inside. Stay indoors today, Scott.
And if it does, I want you to cut this out of the video and play it at my funeral.
I will.
Okay.
Stay,
Be really leery about trees and stuff today. So.
stay away from trees. Don't go near any electrical outlets in case of electrical storm.
Ooh. Okay.
Just stay in
All
your
right.
chair and nap.
I'm going to stay right here all day.
There you go.
All right. One more question for you, Chuck.
Okay.
Here's another one. You post this on Facebook too. What's a food you can't eat due to its texture?
Oh, you know, this is a common thing in my house because it's one of my wife's favorite things. Cream of wheat. Can't do it.
Because it's kind of gritty?
It's gritty and it's kind of mushy, which is weird because I love grits, which is basically the a chunkier version of the same thing.
Right.
But no, I can't do the cream of wheat. It has this like subtle under thing. Ugh,
Huh.
can't do it. Oh, and the other night we got some donuts that had this like anything that has that like fat thing that gets stuck to the roof of your mouth. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's fat in donuts?
Well, you know, just in any foods, you know, when you're done, you get that like it almost makes the roof of your mouth numb because it coats it in that fat that won't go away.
Are you
You know what
talking
I'm
like the pasty stuff, like when you eat bread and it's like stuck to the roof of your mouth?
No, there's like a specific sensation of certain like processed foods that have like this fatty coating that gets stuck to the roof of your mouth and you can't get rid of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just you, Chuck.
Maybe.
Well, stop mushing it up there. So, everybody talks about how gross Brussels sprouts are. And I've seen like the baby Brussels sprouts that are like the little sprouts that people put on sandwiches and stuff. They're kind of slimy.
Mhm.
And I always thought those were kind of disgusting. But then somebody said we were having like fried Brussels sprouts with dinner,
Mhm.
Jet. And so I was like, oh, he's going to fry those slimy little sprout things. No, full-grown Brussels sprouts. Disgusting. Texture, visually, everything about them is just wrong.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. They're one of my
Do you?
favorite things.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love them
that was
so much.
I was totally grossed out. So.
Is it the way they kind of pop in your mouth like an eyeball?
Yeah, that'll do. Wow, Chuck. I don't know. I've never eaten an eyeball.
I like them. I like them roasted with bacon and pecans and cranberries.
He's talking fish eyes, folks. Just fish eyes.
Just fish eyes, yeah.
All right. Chuck has another skill, and that's CPR. And Chuck's going to give us all the details because he now has the best songs to perform CPR to. We're going to test this, too. We just need somebody to come down to the studio.
Yes, I'm CPR certified in 38 states. No, no, I'm not. If you need help with those CPR chest compressions, though, CPR experts say the 100 compressions per minute is the target rate. Many trainers use the Bee Gees song, Staying Alive, to demonstrate 100 beats per minute.
Plus, it's fun.
Right.
Staying alive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I prefer a nice techno beat to mine. So here's some tunes that'll work. You can also use Cecilia by Simon and Garfunkel.
Cecilia, you're breaking my rib cage. Cecilia.
Stop singing!
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's
Sorry.
no wonder you don't have any friends.
I know. Sorry.
Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner is about 100 beats per minute.
Okay.
I can see that.
Slower songs.
Yeah,
Per
yep.
minute.
Cyndi Lauper's famous anthem, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, could also be another option. Meets the criteria.
You've been doing the compression. You want to have fun. You do.
And to top things off here, the last one, the tempo was right. I guess the topic is correct. Queen's Another One Bites the Dust.
Oh.
Is it? Although at the beginning part, that seems a little slow. Doom, doom, shh, doom, doom. No, that seems a little slow to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not funny at all.
No, it's not funny. Yes, it is. It kind of is.
All right. I've got these all loaded up.
Mm-hmm.
2024 euphemisms for passing gas. All right. These are things you should say instead of the word fart. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
A toot.
These are what you say instead of the typical word fart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Voiding the sofa warranty. Evacuating the carpool. This one's so bad. I don't know if I can do it.
I don't know if you should do it.
I'm gonna. You know me. I push all the limits. Exhaling through Dad's special whistle. Broadcasting the expiration date. And the last one, Chuck, you do it because this is what you do at the end of the board meetings.
Yes, this was my special critique for the meeting. Critiquing the meeting.
Yep, it was a good one.
That's what I have to say about that.
Which takes us right into manly smells with Chuck Ritchie.
It's a compliment to the chef.
Wow.
So in contrast to that, well, I guess there is probably nothing more manly than avoiding the couch warranty. But at the same time, these are the most manly smells, according to men, in no particular order.
Guys picked these.
Yeah, they did. And some of these smells I actually really, really enjoy. Hardware store. Love the smell of a hardware store. You get the
They all
lumber.
smell the same.
They do. They all smell the same, and it's a very comforting smell to me.
Except for we have one hardware store here. I don't know what's in the hardware store, but when you walk in there, it's putrid. I feel sorry for the employees.
Oh, really? Maybe it's fertilizer? Do they sell like animal supplies and stuff too?
No, it's just a regular, and it's small. But when you walk in there, it's like, what are you guys doing?
You know, and I don't know what it is, and maybe kind of related to the previous story. Something about the smell of a hardware store makes me have to go to the bathroom. And I've heard this from other people. You walk into the hardware store and the first trip is straight to the bathroom. And I'm not, this is a phenomenon that I'm not alone in. I've read like Reddit threads on this. My kids have the same issue. Get you something about walking into a hardware store, boom, got to go to the bathroom. Yeah.
Picking up supplies? No, constipated.
Just trying to work one out.
Wow, Chuck.
The next
All
one
right,
is
all
shoe
right.
polish. I agree with
Shoe
that one.
polish.
Cut
Okay.
grass, unless you have allergies. Sawdust, always a good smell.
That's kind of like the hardware store because I
Yeah.
love going in the lumber area.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like the cedar planks and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Cut grass. Oh, I already said that one. Scotch.
Scotch.
Like the whiskey, not the tape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was confused.
Gunpowder. Okay.
Huh.
This one, I think I just reading this makes me have the scent in my nose. Original
Yep.
Old Spice. It's-
Yep. I
Everybody's. What's that?
had it. I used it, but it's better than Young Spice, I guess.
They have a whole bunch of different scents now, and none of them are quite the same as the original.
All right.
But yeah, campfire, great smell. Barber shop, I don't know about the barber shop. Do barber shops have specific smells? I don't know.
Smells like grill cream.
Yeah. Pipe smoke.
Okay.
Do you remember back in the day when you go to the mall and they would have the tobacco stores in the mall?
Oh, yeah.
Even as a kid, man, that is, and I'm not a tobacco smoker, but that is a heavenly smell.
Oh, Grandpa, when he'd open up his pouch to load his pipe, wow, it was. I remember that as a kid. It was he always smoked some kind of cherry tobacco. And, loved the smell.
Yeah, Grandpa's cherry tobacco, amazing smell. Leather.
All right.
Your grandpa's chair? I'm pretty sure
That,
Grandpa.
that warranty's voided about 80 years ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Grandpa avoided that warranty a long time ago. And charcoal. And the last one here, again, they all smell the same. A bowling alley. I guess they
Smells like feet. That is not a comforting smell. I'm sorry.
I guess to me they kind of have that, like the oil that they wax the lanes with, combined with like slightly rancid,
juice.
greasy French fries from the snack bar.
It's right up there with like a used bookstore.
Oh, I love the smell of a library and a bookstore. Good stuff.
All right, good job. Manly
you.
smells. Definitely covered them all up there.
There you
All
go.
right. Got a quiz for you as we head for trivia. In fact, let's just start trivia, and then we'll do the fake trivia, and then we'll do some real trivia.
Okay.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Today, it's just Chuck Ritchie all by himself.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, 4th of July, got a little American history quiz for Chuck. Nation's history is built upon a few important documents, Chuck. The most important of these, you have to pick A, the Declaration of Independence, B, the Constitution, or C, dinner menu at Applebee's.
Well, the most important thing in my mind right now is the dinner menu at Applebee's.
Applebee's, yeah.
Yep. Actually, no, probably not.
All right, this is kind of close to home for you. We purchased Alaska from the Russians for about 2 cents per acre. Over the years, we discovered gold, oil, that we lost the receipt.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's in our possession now.
Okay. 9/10 of the law, right?
Try to take it back now, Russia.
Yeah. Through this nation's trials and tribulations, we can come out of each crisis knowing that democracy can survive turmoil. We'll see. We as a nation can pull together and help each other. Or eventually the crisis will be turned into a major motion picture that gets a lot of Oscar nominations.
Ding, ding, ding. That's our winner right there.
Oh.
As long as somebody in Hollywood can make a buck off of it.
That's right. We'll turn anything into a movie.
Maybe that's what this all is. It's just a big conspiracy to sell a movie later on.
Okay.
Or a series of movies, probably, that will get overplayed. This movie
Right,
feels overplayed.
The movie I'm in right now.
Yeah,
is
the movie
overplayed.
we're acting out right now. It seems, can we just stop with the sequels already?
All right, Chuck. Average one of these is a real one. Average one of these lasts 5 days.
A diet.
No, it's in your house. It's a thing. Physical object.
A physical object.
Only going to last 5 days.
A balloon.
Nope.
The leftovers in my refrigerator.
No, they expire in 3 days.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Is it something that you purchase and then
Use?
and then use?
And then you'll need more. Probably lots more in your house.
Coffee?
No.
I buy a coffee. It lasts me. Buy a bag of coffee beans. It lasts me about 5 days.
Nope. One more guess. Average one of these lasts 5 days. Cats like them. They roll pretty well.
Oh, a ball? I don't know.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Oh, I almost went with the core of the toilet paper or the paper towels.
Oh, all right.
Well,
Who said this, Chuck?
That's what threw me off. I live in a house with 4 people. 2 of them are teenagers. A roll of toilet paper has never lasted 5 days in my house.
Probably one, right?
About a day and a half, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Who said this, Chuck? Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it buys you a big enough yacht to sail right up to it. Was it Simon Cowell, Dolly Parton, Will Ferrell, or Johnny Depp?
That one, I'm going to go with Johnny Depp.
And you're exactly right. Seems like I like that. Well, money won't buy you happiness, but it'll buy a yacht big enough to sail right up to it.
I'll bet you that sounds like a very Deppian statement. Yep.
All right. Trick question. Average person eats just under a ton of what each year?
Oh, a ton?
A ton.
Each person.
Each person.
Wow. That goes straight to your hips, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not sugar because that seems excessive.
No, not in the American diet.
Yeah, that's true. A ton. So a ton, how many pounds is a ton?
A lot.
It's about
That's like
12.
a ton. It's 1,500 pounds.
Yeah, so you're talking you eat 3 pounds of this a day, roughly 5 pounds of this a day, roughly. How is that even possible?
What is it? I said it's a trick question.
Is it air, carbon dioxide?
Air's weightless. You eat a ton of food each year. Average person eats a ton of food. Said trick question.
Wow.
You're overthinking it again.
I am. Even
Taking things apart you didn't need to take apart.
Even still, that's about 5 pounds of food per day. About 4 pounds per day. That seems excessive.
All right. What do the words doldrums, mesosphere, hydrosphere, and mesopause have in common?
They are conjunctions?
No.
No.
They're all used in a particular kind of industry job type thing.
Weather?
Weather is exactly right. I'm surprised you got that one. Wow. All right.
Well, I get it.
All right. We're coming up on an answer wrong and Wayne. Get excited.
I do read the weather every day on the radio.
Ooh.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Except when they are an infant, when could a person weigh 9 pounds?
I'm going dark here, Scott, after they've been cremated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at me. I'm skinny.
Wow.
I'm so skinny you can't see me.
You're gonna blow away in the wind, fella.
Oh. All right.
Wow.
This is a kind of a same vein as a question we had a little while ago. Your daughter brings home her new boyfriend, who is a brontologist. What's he do for a living?
Does he work in medicine?
Nope. I
Specializing
said
in lungs?
it's similar to kind of connected to a question I just asked you a few questions ago.
Oh, well, see, that requires me to remember and have memory retention.
Right. Brontologist. Brontologist.
A brontologist. Is it something having to do with the weather?
It is. He studies thunder. No
Studies
applause for that
thunder.
one.
Okay.
I'm just going to laugh at you. No one would know that.
I wouldn't know that.
Brontosauruses?
I was thinking brontosauruses or lungs, like bronchial tubes.
Ooh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right. This company's known for cars, SUVs, and trucks, but its first product was a ball bearing.
Nissan.
No.
No. Oh, I thought they do make ball bearings, I think.
Oh, wow.
And they're currently known for making vehicles?
Yes.
Is it Toyota?
They just released a car that can be gas or electric.
Well, hasn't everybody just done that?
No, I mean, like you can flip a switch and say, okay, I want to be a gas car now, or you could just go electric.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
we won't waste any more time. Looking for Volvo.
Volvo. I would have.
Yeah.
Volvo's
never guessed.
I was just going to start listing car companies, and Volvo is probably one that never would have come up.
All right, 20 minutes of this each day can boost productivity by about 30%.
Napping.
Yeah, and that's why the presidents will be taking a long nap before tonight's debate.
There's all the talk about the 20-minute power nap, and I can't do it. To me, I nap for 20 minutes, and I'm just groggy for the rest of the day. I can't ever recover from that.
That's 20-minute power nap is where you fall asleep driving your chair.
Yeah, driving your chair.
Your power chair. All right. Answer wrong and win before we go to break, Chuck. Here's 4 of them, okay?
Okay.
Tough questions.
Okay.
Tough questions.
Okay.
First one. Chuck, what's in the middle of a bagel?
That would be my life's hopes and dreams.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No, not really.
Not biting into that. You doing? I'm eating Chuck's dreams and his hopes. They're a dessert.
They're right there in that empty hole in the middle.
What do you call the popular red and white round Christmas candy?
I call those. Well, for one, I call them disgusting.
Okay.
I call them next month's trash.
Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't come up with a good one. I'm sorry.
We're just gonna sit here in silence till he comes up with a better one.
I know, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Sorry. All right. 4 planets have rings. Name one of those planets.
That would be Pizza Planet.
Pizza Planet. At the movie theater, Chuck, last one. At the movie theater, people like to put what on their popcorn? Wide open.
Oh, there's so many things I keep thinking of, but no, that would be good on popcorn. They like to put their soda on top of their popcorn.
Oh, that's funny. That just popped into my head. I wonder what he's going to say. I hope it's not soda.
You know the best thing at a movie theater.
And then just scoop it up and try to eat it. I'm all sticky.
Excuse me, do you have a spoon? The best thing though, movies put on your popcorn. You know what that is, right?
What?
Plain M&Ms.
Oh, really?
Get a box of those and sprinkle them in your popcorn and thank me later.
Okay,
Yep.
excellent.
serious.
M&Ms and popcorn.
Oh yeah,
We'll try
good stuff.
during the break.
There you go. Ooh, do we have any?
When we come back, we got local birthdays, some other stuff,
Some other stuff.
maybe. And we definitely have an extra long version of today's Wacky But True in the Odd News. Stick around. You'll get to hear it right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
It's not a tumor.
But it could be.
Could be.
The doctor said I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there.
So tell me you love me. Please, 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 please.
tell me. Oh, tell me.
Picking up a heavy, creepy vibe here.
Who's your daddy? Come on, you know who your daddy is. Who's your daddy? Tell him who his daddy is.
I'm your daddy.
It's 8:24.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, June the 27th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Today is National HIV Testing Day. Terry D. reports it was first observed in the U.S. in 1995. Anyone who is sexually active is urged to get tested to know their HIV status.
The site HIV.gov underscores the importance of testing to show self-value, compassion, and respect. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, almost 14,000 Hoosiers are living with HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. Alan Witchey heads the Damien Center, an HIV/AIDS resource in Indianapolis. Witchey says the blood test is free and confidential, and insurance is not required.
Nobody has to know that you're coming, and you can either make an appointment or you can just walk in. It's just a quick finger prick. You will have your results in 20 minutes.
He adds testing for other sexually transmitted diseases can be performed at the same time. A positive test result will alert the Damien Center staff to connect the person to support services and the clinic. For a negative result, medication is available for HIV prevention. I'm Terry D. reporting.
Ending the HIV epidemic in the U.S., or EHE, is a federal program with the aim of lowering new HIV infections nationwide by 75% by next year and at least 90% by 2030. And the headline from CNN is, it's a stunning accident. The Supreme Court appears poised to temporarily allow abortions in medical emergencies in Idaho. Bloomberg News reported Wednesday, citing a document that was inadvertently posted on the court's website in an astonishing breach of protocol. They report the unsigned opinion showed that 3 conservatives, Chief Justice Roberts, Justice Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, sided with the court's 3 liberals to block the state from enforcing the ban in certain emergency situations. CNN notes this is one of several cases the court has to rule on in this term. President Biden has made abortion rights a centerpiece of his re-election push, and the erroneous publication comes a day before the CNN debate. And some kids in New Mexico hope summer never ends, while others can't wait to get back in the classroom, but both groups are at risk.
Yaha Aguilera leads New Mexico's Save the Children organization. She says kids need help, especially those living in poverty, so they don't fall behind. She encourages parents to read books and tell stories to spark their children's curiosity. Aguilera says New Mexico has a lot of rural areas where it's more difficult to find support.
Some of the challenges for these parents are geographic isolation, the lack of resources.
She says when kids come back to school in the fall, it can take teachers at least 2 weeks to get them back up to speed if they have lapsed in learning over the summer. I'm Roz Brown.
This is Public News Service. Lawsuits are seeking to hold Amazon accountable for selling a chemical that was used by people for suicide. Eric Tegedoff explains.
The substance is known as sodium nitrite and is usually used as a food preservative at low concentrations. The families of 15 people who died from the substance have sued Amazon in 6 separate cases. Caitlin Cherf, an attorney in Seattle, is defending the family of Tyler Schmidt, a 15-year-old who died by suicide in 2020 near Camas.
If a 15-year-old can't buy cough syrup like NyQuil or Robitussin at the drugstore, they should not be able to buy a suicide drug on Amazon.
Plaintiffs in the cases say Amazon knew as early as 2018 that it was selling a product that was used for suicide. In 2022, Amazon changed the process for buying sodium nitrite so that purchasers had to get it from a business account. Etsy and eBay stopped selling the product in 2019. Amazon says it can't be held responsible if people misuse its products.
And Minnesota will soon host public hearings on proposed water permit changes as it seeks to get control of nitrate pollution from industrial farms.
This week, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency released its plan to overhaul standards for a pair of water permits issued to the largest animal feedlots in the state. The main focus is livestock operations in areas vulnerable to groundwater pollution. These farms would have to adopt certain practices related to manure application in the fields. The Minnesota Center for Environmental Advocacy's Joy Anderson calls the plan a common-sense approach to a pervasive problem. She hopes the public takes notice of what's happening.
People who care about Minnesota's drinking water, people who care about the swimmability and fishability of our water.
Organizations like hers urge residents to speak up during public hearings scheduled for July. The proposed changes are expected to face strong pushback from those representing so-called factory farms. I'm Mike Moen.
This week's move follows a recent order from the federal EPA for Minnesota to clean up contaminated drinking water. Finally, Shantia Hudson lets us know in celebration of Pollinators Month, Charlotte is using its Bee City USA designation to emphasize the crucial role pollinators play in our ecosystem.
Partnering with local beekeepers, the city is working to educate the community, enhance habitats, and reduce pesticide use. Assistant City Arborist Victoria Aguilar notes that while supporting pollinators is simple, many people aren't aware of their importance to everyday life.
1 out of every 3 bites of food that we eat is pollinated by an insect. So you think about all the vegetables that you eat, most of those need insects in order to pollinate,
Charlotte's efforts are part of the Keep Charlotte Beautiful program.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here is on interesting radio stations on your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW 102.7 FM, the music education station, is pleased to announce its first fully produced syndicated radio program that's available to public radio stations worldwide. It's called Swinging with Dr. Jazz, and you can hear it locally at 6 p.m. every Sunday night, right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. Each episode features 6 swing-era bands from the 30s and 40s. Swinging with Dr. Jazz, Sundays at 6 on KCHW 102.7 and online at northernlightspublicradio.com.
And welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. This is the second half of the show. Welcome back, Scott.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Thanks for bringing me in all the way from Maine.
Right. And boy, your arm's tired.
Yeah.
But
fly in a couple times a week.
Oh, so did you have a good break, Scott?
I did.
Yeah.
I could not eat my breakfast on time, though.
Oh, you couldn't?
No, I was like, I needed a few more minutes, but it'll wait for me.
I'll have to say during the we missed it during the first half of the show. Kirk says good morning, and Carrie says good morning or good morning to Carrie. She posted. I can't see it, but it looks like she was trying to post a flower of a photo that her friend took of a flower in Alaska. So
very nice. Thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I think Chuck is loaded up with that birthday calendar, and let's see if anybody in Chewelah has a birthday today.
We do. We have Eliza Shelton with a birthday, and then Alexa and William Peters have an anniversary today. So happy birthday and anniversary.
All right. If you see them around town, point and laugh, tell them we talked about them on the radio. Celebrity birthdays, Vera Wang, 75. Writer, producer, director, J.J. Abrams. He makes some great movies. 58 today. Tobey Maguire, 59. He's 58, same age as me, but much more successful.
For a second, I thought you were saying you were the same age as Tobey Maguire.
No, he's 49.
Yep.
Reality TV star Khloe Kardashian, 40. Drake Bell, lots of trouble lately, originally from Drake and Josh, 38, but in the news for all the wrong things.
Really?
Ed Westwick from Gossip Girl is 37. Chandler Riggs, who played Carl Grimes on The Walking Dead, remember the little boy?
Yeah.
Kind of grew up.
Carl!
Yeah. He's 25, and singer Her, is 27. All right.
Oh. So
a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, do you want me to do It Happened Today?
Yes, please.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off there, Scott.
That's all right.
1859, the melody of probably the most often sung song in the world, Happy Birthday to You, was composed by Mildred J. Hill, a school teacher born in Louisville, Kentucky.
Wow, timeless classic.
So many great covers of that song.
Yeah, everybody sings it. Everybody knows the words too.
Happy birthday to you. I should have done that on your birthday, but I didn't. No. 1950, the United States decided to send troops to fight in the Korean War. 1967, the world's first ATM was installed in Enfield, London. Did they? No. That's 1967.
Seems like really early for an automatic teller machine.
Yeah, how did that even work back then? Did they even have basic computers? They didn't have money. They just used, rocks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Could they even speak English yet? No. In 1999. In 1999, a 20-year-old woman was arrested for computer hacking in Grafton, Ohio. After her husband allegedly stayed online for several nights until 4 a.m. chatting with other women, she hacked his computer to pieces with a meat cleaver. Ooh, that's a different kind of hacking altogether. She pleaded no contest to charges of domestic violence and resisting arrest and was fined $200.
So I found the original hacker. I don't know if you saw the picture on my Facebook post. I was in a cemetery here in Maine, which has some really old cemeteries, and there was a headstone from like 1742, and all it said on it was hacker. And I took a picture of it, and I put it on my Facebook page, and it said the original hacker.
Wow.
That tasteless.
I thought maybe you found Lizzie Borden's grave.
No.
Oh, no.
Yet.
Oh, no, those were wax.
I did go to Stephen King's house last week, though, for my birthday.
You did?
I did. I didn't
awesome.
get to see him, but I got some cool pictures.
Nice. You stand out front and say, Stephen!
Really spooky. He's turned the front yard into an art installation, but the gates are old wrought iron gates, and they're all corroded, with barnacles on them and stuff, and bats on the corners of the gates. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's a good story. In 2003, the United States Do Not Call Registry, formed to combat unwanted telemarketing calls and administered by the Federal Trade Commission, was open for signups.
It hasn't worked since.
No, it hasn't.
They're still maintaining it, though, some 21 years later, something that's never worked.
For some reason, those companies trying to sell me solar for my roof, I keep telling them, please add me to the Do Not Call list, and they just refuse.
Oh.
Tell
me roof blew off.
Right? You always ask, can I speak with your supervisor? Click immediately.
There you go.
2008, Bill Gates stepped down as chairman of Microsoft Corporation to work full-time for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I believe Melinda actually recently also stepped down from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
In 2013, NASA launched the Interface Region Imaging Spectrograph, say that 5 times really fast, a space probe to observe the sun.
Oh.
And
wow.
I read a story about that the other day. I heard a story. They can actually they have equipment that they're hoping to actually send into the sun.
Yeah, I saw that too. That would be extra cool.
Yeah, I believe I heard that on one of our news programs. I believe it was Travelers in the Night, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Then our last one here: a locust invasion labeled Swarmageddon reached Delhi, India. That was 2020.
Wow.
Hey, Scott, I gotta say, I'm a little distracted by something really cool I see. For those of you watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you look over, and I think it'll pick up my arrow here to your coffee cup, because you have a red coffee cup next to you that clearly has some sort of hot liquid in there. It is affecting your background, and you can see the heat vapors rising from your coffee to the background.
Those aren't heat vapors.
Are you breaking the warranty?
I'm voiding my warranty on my chair. Wow, you fell right into that one.
No, I'm very I'm obsessed with that now, Scott.
Okay, all right. Simmer down, Chuck.
Okay.
Special events for today. It's Happy Birthday to You Day, as we just covered, and Chuck sang. It's Decide to Be Married Day. Okay.
Are you going to decide, Scott?
I'm done with that. The old 3 strikes, you're out. I'm not even allowed now. I walk into the courthouse and they go, no. No. All right, it's Bingo Day. All right, yell that 3 times real loud. Bomb Pop Day. Oh, love the old Bomb Pops.
Oh, yeah.
Handshake Day. It's a thing. It's back.
Nice. Yeah, it is back.
Yeah. HIV Testing Day. Ice Cream Cake Day. The only kind of cake I like. Onion Day. No.
No, you're not an onion fan?
No. Orange Blossom Day, PTSD Day, and finally, you won't need them in Chihuahua, but in the rest of the country, we're enjoying Sunglasses Day. Oh, Chuck keeps his comfortably on the top of his head.
I always do that, and I don't notice it in the cameras, and then about halfway through the show, usually every morning, I'll take my sunglasses off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
A number for the day, Chuck.
Yeah, that's 270 million. That's the worldwide daily players of Candy Crush during the peak of its popularity.
Wow. I've never played it. Have you?
I have not ever. I think my wife played it briefly, and she was like, I don't get it.
I don't know if it's the original one, but when it popped up, I thought it was teeth. And then I realized, it's supposed to be candy. It looks disgusting. Who'd want to play that?
You know when
Is that what they call Candy Crush? Because your teeth are, I don't know.
Because you crush your teeth. One I really got into was Wordle. You ever play that one?
Yeah, that's real popular right now.
And but I go a step above that. I play Cedacordle, which is Wordle, but instead of one word you're trying to find, it is 16 words in a grid, and you have 22 chances, I think, to. No, because you only get. Yeah, you get 7 wrong. So I think you have 23 chances to guess 16 words.
Okay.
And you go down, and there's Cedacordle and there's Cedacorridor, where Cedacordle you can look at all of them and fill them all in independently of each other, but Cedacorridor you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through 16 and get them in order without seeing the clues to the next one.
All right. I'm still happily unaware.
Yeah. I could see it in your face. You were just waiting for me to stop talking. I get that a lot, Scott. It's okay.
You had me at Wordle.
Right.
You lost me at Wordle.
Yeah, I know. I do that.
I was trying to come up with worms that rhyme with Wordle, and all I could come up with was turtle.
All you could come up with was shut up, Chuck.
All right, we got a few minutes to fill before we fire up that odd news, at least a couple of them. So a few story which we call news and nuggets. It's news from the lighter side. First one, survey finds the average American will spend nearly 23 hours on road trips with the family this summer. During those 23 hours, we will take 11 bathroom breaks.
That sounds about right. That's about one every 2 hours. Imagine being in a car for 2 hours with your family. You're going to want to stop.
Yeah.
That's about the max.
Oh, the next story is perfect for you, Chuck. It's all about a dog. It's a dog story.
This is actually a really heartwarming story.
Yes.
This is from Maryland. A man's lost dog reappeared after an astounding 2-year absence. 1,000 miles away from their home. Luna had vanished from Tony Duncan's home in Mardella Springs after chasing wild animals into the woods and never returned. Despite the long absence, Duncan never gave up hope of reuniting with Luna and was astonished to receive a call from LaBelle Animal Control in Florida reporting that Luna had been found roaming in a Walmart parking lot. They scanned the microchip and positively identified her as Duncan's missing dog. Duncan wasted no time and embarked on a 1,000-mile journey to retrieve Luna. In his own words, it was a long distance, but I had nothing in comparison to the love I have for my dog. The movie will be coming out 2025 from Disney.
1,000 miles. She really ran off in the wrong direction.
That's crazy.
Not a smart dog.
Nowhere near 1,000 miles, but once in Anchorage, we got a call from the post office across town saying that our dog was at the post office.
Nice.
He had actually he had gotten out. I was talking with the neighbor. I lost sight of him. He was kind of milling around. Didn't know where he went. It was actually the next day I got a call saying that he had jumped in and he'd just gotten a bath, so I didn't have his collar on him. He was still drying off, and the mailman had stopped to deliver some the mail that was across the street, and he just jumped in and curled up and fell asleep in the mail truck, just like he had done it 100 times. Yeah. And then made it back to the post. They had taken him overnight and stayed with his family, and the kids thought they had a new dog. And
yeah. Chuck's response to the phone call was, "Well, could you mail him to me?"
Yeah. Could you just put him in the mailbox tomorrow?
Yeah, just drop him back off.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, cool story though. Very, very cool. It'd be a tough though conversation to have with Luna if you'd replaced her.
Oh, I know, right?
Another dog. So, by the way, while you were gone.
We you're just a dog. Figured we'd get another one. Oh, just a dog. That hurt to say that out loud.
All right, I threw wacky but true at you on the cheat sheet because it's extra long today. So we better get running into today's odd news.
Okay. Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, it's a treat for you. We always start off the odd news with the news attack, where the first sentence is true. And the second sentence, a horrible, horrible joke. And here's Chuck Ritchie to kick it off.
So 1 in 10 beaches are ripe with enough bacteria to make you sick, which explains why my sunblock now comes with 20% more penicillin.
Yay! Glad they thought of that. Wow.
Right?
That's sad, though, but it is. I mean, up and down the East Coast, there's so many beaches, you can't even get in the water. It's dangerous. That's how polluted our planet is.
Next thing you know, they come with tetanus stuff. Yeah.
All right. Survey finds average American will spend nearly 23 hours on road trips. I thought it was 21.
It was 23.
It was. Okay. Yeah. During those 23 hours, parents will hear, "Are we there yet?" 44 times. And you will only stop at the bathroom 11. That's what we figured out. Yeah.
You know a good way to get your kids to stop doing that? Start saying it back to them repeatedly. "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" And then they'll
screaming at them.
Yeah.
Look over the thing. "Are we there yet?" See how that.
Just like if you have a dog that bites, bite your dog back. They'll stop biting. No, I don't think that works actually.
Kids do that actually though.
They do. 8 tons of avocado spilled onto a California highway. I almost went right into the joke. Considering avocado toast is more popular in California, I'm surprised people were able to go to work that day.
Oh yeah, free avocados.
I would stop.
Chuck covered this in the beginning of the show. Amazon now a $2 trillion company. That is crazy. To expand, the company is now offering Prime shipping to other planets.
Ooh. In case you hadn't heard, though, they are a $2 trillion company. So if you do decide to cancel that Amazon Prime account, don't worry. The company will probably survive without you.
Yeah, they don't have to care anymore. Research found that an unexplained force is pushing our galaxy across the universe. Let's be honest, who wouldn't want to rid the neighbor of humans? Have you seen us?
That's interesting. That's actually a little wild. A new survey found that about a quarter of Americans incorrectly believe the sun revolves around the Earth. I thought we solved this mystery a few years ago, but about 90% of Americans believe the world revolves around them.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I want to be one of those people. Loneliness has been linked to a risk of premature death, not to mention a risk of cats.
Oh,
I'm so lonely. I've got cats now. All right. On to the world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories, but some goofy sound effects Scott digs up. And here's Chuck Ritchie to kick it off.
Yeah, so a man tells the cops that stuff went down. Tampa woman heard her cat's alarm going off, thinking the neighbor's cats had set it off again. Went out to check, then she opened the passenger door and said a man grabbed her arm. That is absolutely terrifying. The woman ran inside and called the police, who responded and caught the intruder after a brief foot chase. The man identified himself as Jess Hillman and asked an officer, "What did I get the cops called on me for?" He claimed he lived in the neighborhood and he was in the car because stuff went down. Police ran his fingerprints and found his real identity, Jesse Hall, who had just escaped from an Orlando prison. He was there doing time for a grand theft auto.
Oh, because stuff went down, man.
Man.
All right. I got this.
A fitting day for nuptials, exhibits, or grand theft.
I just can't believe it. June 93, assault. September 93, assault. Grand theft auto, February of 94.
Since it was my first offense, well, actually, the first time I ever been caught for anything, the judge reduced my crime from grand theft auto to attempted joyriding.
He did what?
Attempted joyriding.
I didn't know that was a charge.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Section of highway in the UK was blocked after a truck spilled its load of instant mashed potatoes.
Hey, how about a side of potatoes, my buddy?
You got it. One cheese on those potatoes.
You're not turning me into a mashed potato.
No. You got it all wrong, Potato Head.
Potato Head.
Way to go, Idaho.
You know, the avocados, maybe I would not stop for the potato mix all over the ground. Could you imagine
potatoes everywhere.
Could you imagine if it was raining?
All swelled up.
People be trying to clean it up, slipping around, falling in it. Yeah. But then in Germany, thieves made a clean getaway after stealing detergent worth about $80,000 from a trailer.
Detergent. What are you going to do with that?
Have clean clothes?
That makes me want to say, clean up your act.
Oh.
Ooh.
You find the bushwhacker, amigo?
Made a clean getaway.
Lever Brothers Company, makers of Lux Toilet Soap and Lux Liquid Detergent, invite you to be with us again next Monday evening when the Lux Radio Theater presents Has Anybody Seen My Gal? Starring Piper Laurie, Rock Hudson, and Gene Lockhart.
It's true that all good detergents these days get clothes clean looking, but Surf does more.
That's because Pepsodent's gentle oral detergent cleans not just the surfaces of your teeth, but around and between them.
Hello again, Soapy.
Sophie!
So in that montage, Scott, I heard oral detergent and
yes,
toilet soap.
Yes.
I didn't know that toilet soap was, I guess that's what it is, but I've never heard toilet cleaner referred to as toilet soap.
Yep. Soapy.
There you go.
All right.
Wow.
In Portugal, inmate was halfway through a 17-year-old jail term when he decided he'd had enough. So he started digging a tunnel out of his cell and for weeks tried to work his way through the dirt to the outside of the facility. Unfortunately, when he finally emerged from his tunnel, he had miscalculated and was still in the prison yard. In fact, he was about 10 feet short. Prison guards grabbed him and threw him into another cell while they filled in the tunnel.
Wow.
Sounds like a ride at a theme park.
Right? Okay, look, I think I have a plan here. Using mainly spoons, we dig a tunnel under the city and release into the wild.
I remember thinking it would take a man 600 years to tunnel through the wall with it. Old Andy did it in less than 20.
You hear me?
You sound like you're in a tunnel.
Ah, that's this executive phone I have.
What?
Executive phone.
That long, dark tunnel to nowhere.
Or somewhere.
Or somewhere.
That's my brain at times. The long, dark tunnel to nowhere.
Or somewhere.
It's busy on the way, but man, it doesn't really go anywhere at the end. Yeah.
Dark.
So it. Did you? Yeah, you did that one. A 2-car crash in Lake Forest, California, resulted in injuries requiring paramedics. What firefighters couldn't explain is how it happened. A fire hydrant had been sheared off, and one of the car's rear ends was levitating 7 to 8 feet in the air due to the huge jet of water spraying straight up. The fire department spokesperson said, "We're going to chalk this up as something you don't see every day."
Can I get a car that does that?
Right?
All right. What to add insult to injury? Here's what the cop said to the driver of the car.
Don't you know you're breaking the law, parking your car in front of a fire hydrant?
Ooh, ouch.
It's like a one of those levitating cars that we got promised.
Ooh.
A hover car.
All right. Bear got into 4 houses in Sierra Madre, California. At Lori DeVault's house, it entered through a screen door. Lori said the bear just opened up the freezer and took her package of chicken. The bear, which police chased away, ultimately dropped the chicken, which the police returned.
They returned the chicken?
Yeah. I don't want the chicken. It's got bear claws on it.
Here you go, ma'am. Here's your chicken back.
Be right back with a snack, Jack. Don't go away.
His friends are still waiting.
Oh, man. A man was arrested for burglary after breaking into a garage in Fargo, North Dakota. Police found Daniel Messner with a throwing knife, marijuana, and women's underwear. Messner claimed he was hungry and intended to take only the animal crackers from the garage. The incident occurred after Messner finished work and saw the garage door partially opened with a bag of animal crackers inside.
Okay. Can't resist that.
But
maybe if you told me they were...
Hold on.
Well, maybe if you told me they were delicious Triscuit crackers, I could have enjoyed them with you.
I'm sorry.
Well, sorry doesn't put the Triscuit crackers in my stomach, now does it, Carl?
I got some of that potted meat and soda crackers left over if you want some.
No thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last one. Off to Paris we go. Paris protesters are planning to defecate in the Seine River to demonstrate its pollution levels. This is a thing, folks. Plan came together after the president of France, the mayor of Paris, each claimed that the river is safe for swimming, despite findings of high bacteria levels. The poopy protest is scheduled just before the Paris Olympics, which include open water swimming in the river. So I think they're trying to make a point.
Yeah, that's not a good point to make.
Oh, man, getting these sound effects was fun.
Watch it. You step in this stuff and you'll stink forever.
Does it always smell like this? How does the wind ever get in here?
Just face it. You guys stink.
Go. Live your dream.
I will.
Your dream stinks. I was talking to her.
Your dream stinks. All right. We got a fun show planned tomorrow, don't we? Chuck, who's our guest?
Our guest is going to be Joe Wazinski. It's going to be his last show here before he's scheduled to have hopefully a minor surgery, and then he is headed off to Belize once he recovers from that. He's leaving us here. Yeah. And he was gonna come on the show this week, and he said, "Hey, you guys have anything available on Wednesday?" And I said, "How about Thursday or Friday, so you can do a last show with Scott?" And and then Scott, you are getting busy over there. You got your business taken off. Things are going good, and you need Friday mornings off. So tomorrow is also going to be Scott's last Friday. Maybe with an occasional returning appearance here and there if need be. Yeah. But yeah, it'll be your last Friday morning show. So we'll be taking over and getting a new co-host here on Fridays and sending Scott off to go
all right.
do something that actually makes money.
I like how you spun that, but actually Chuck said I was off Friday. He was kicking me off the show.
Yeah. I said, that's it, bud. We had enough.
You're out of here. No, I appreciate
I'm in charge
it. And But you working? We can't announce it yet, but he's working on a brand new Friday co-host, which is really exciting. So.
I've got a couple names in the bin, and there's one that I was just talking to that hopefully things will pan out.
If you're quirky and mildly funny, contact Chuck.
There you go. Even
That's
a
how
little
he
bit
got
funny.
this job. Because he's quirky and mildly funny.
33%, according to my kids. I think probably I lean heavily on the quirky rather than the funny sometimes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a thing.
Sometimes
all right,
one leads to the other.
We should give a tease to the farmers market, shouldn't we?
Yeah. So tomorrow, I don't think they have any major events happening tomorrow, do they? No. But it is the farmers market tomorrow morning from 11 to 3:30. I'm not 100% sure. I have an appointment tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over there in time to get set up before the market starts. It's kind of disruptive to go and be setting up your booth while the market's happening, but I'm gonna message Ryan over there and see if that would be okay, because I would like to do it. But I'm not sure how long this appointment's going to take.
I heard it's grown into something huge this year.
It is amazing this year, Scott. Other people are coming out, seeing it. As of yesterday, actually, we are ranked the number 5 farmers market in Washington State.
Wow.
Which, considering, I think the list was, we were talking about it yesterday, I think there were close to 300 farmers markets in the state. I could just be pulling that number out of the top of my head, but that's a number that came to my brain. And I'm still waiting, I believe, on the link. Sharon is going to send it to me, or maybe, no, I have the link. Paula sent it to me. There is a link to vote on your favorite farmers market. And let me.
Ooh,
yes,
you need that post on the Facebook page.
We do, and I meant to do that yesterday, and I didn't, and I will get that up later today. But let me see. So if you go to markets.farmland.org/rankings, it'll take you to where you can vote for your favorite farmers market. And there have been people, when we had the convening, there were people that came from all over the state, and they were here for our Friday market and were blown away. People were from much, much larger cities than ours and said, wow, our farmers market isn't anything near this. It's like a few booths set up in an empty field.
I know ours here in Lincoln has about 8 tents.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and this year there's a whole row of just food vendors.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's probably close to 10 food vendors this year that are showing up every week. I think there's now a 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, 5 rows maybe of tents.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this year they've had more vendors than they have ever had.
Very cool.
Like
get out there tomorrow, 11 to 3:30. Right.
Mm-hmm. Very cool stuff.
All right, charity golf tournament too going on at the golf course tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And other than that, we'll say goodbye until tomorrow, right?
Or you can stay tuned tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. with Out of the Woods. 8 to 9 p.m. is Kelton a Twist, or 9 to 11 is Acoustic Cafe right here on KCHW. So stay tuned for that.
All right, and join us tomorrow morning as we say goodbye to the one and only Joe Wilczynski. Other than that, have a great day. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Goodbye, everybody.
And run home and cry to mama.
Like you said, I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there.